Back to the Future Day is finally here, October 21st, 2015, also known as the future, where Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd travel to. Now, you probably knew that by now, but what you didn't know is that this 30-year-old classic very nearly became the worst time travel movie not starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Hey guys, welcome to Rejected Movie Ideas, the show that sets out to expose every unmakeable script Hollywood tosses out its windows, hoping that the internet backlash will keep them from ever getting made. Such is the case of the script we found to a little film called Back to the Future. But don't let the title fool you. Aside from a couple of the main characters' names and a firm determination to prominently feature an incest scene in the film's third act, there is very little of this first draft that actually survived and made it to the final script. Now imagine, if you will, the year of 1982 in a Midwestern town not named Hill Valley, where Professor Emmett Brown and high school student Marty McFly run a small underground business of bootlegging beta and VHS movies for Marty's fellow classmates. Well, I'm sorry, I think I read the prompter wrong. Business, bootleg. Nope, that's what the thing says. Apparently, the first version of one of our favorite movies started with a retired scientist trying to sell bootlegs of Debbie Does Dallas to underage students. And it only gets better from there. During one of the many bootleg sessions, Marty discovers that Professor Brown has been working on a time machine built from scrap and not resembling a DeLorean at all. Actually, it doesn't even resemble a car. This version of the time machine is basically a room full of junk with a funnel hooked up to a power converter and a laser eager to zap the world's first time traveler to the future. Which in the case of this movie happens to be a pet monkey named Shemp. That's right, it's a monkey, not a dog, and he's named after everyone's least favorite stooge. Anyway, the time machine is fully charged with plutonium and Coca-Cola, don't ask, and Shemp the monkey gets zapped away to the future, causing Marty to finally understand what kind of movie he's in. Doc and Marty proceed to try and replicate the experiment when their laboratory is raided by federal agents who have detected the time machine's high levels of radiation and fear that Doc Brown is a dangerous terrorist as opposed to just a lazy bootlegger. The scientist is shot, and in the ensuing chaos, the time machine accidentally zaps Marty back to 1952. Now, from this point on, the movie proceeds in the general direction of what we already know from the finished film, but with many changes regarding how Marty met his parents and other characters. A lot of the circumstances are different, but they all lead to the same place, the scene where a 17-year-old time traveler makes out with his own mother in the backseat of a car. It's like they did a page one rewrite, but knew they just had to keep in the McFly incest scene, which remains the same almost word for word. It's as though the writers started working out their own Oedipus complexes and then just decided to cushion them within a movie about time traveling. And speaking of time traveling, it is at this point in the story that we're left with the giant dilemma of how Marty's going to get back to his home time of 1982. Because you see, in the movie, Marty just hops on the DeLorean and races 88 miles per hour straight into a bolt of lightning to get back home. However, in the original script, there is no DeLorean. The time machine's just a laser in a room. So how does Professor Brown manage to safely science his way out of this one? By nuking a fridge, of course. You see, by hooking up his power converter to the roof of a lead-lined refrigerator, Doc was able to harness the power of an atomic bomb test in New Mexico and channel it to the laser inside the fridge, where Marty would receive a blast of time travel juice and go back home. So, who exactly rejected this version of Back to the Future? Well, pretty much everyone in Hollywood. That's right, for one reason or another, in 1982, no studio was excited about the time-traveling incest story. Lucky for writer-director Robert Zemeckis, his next feature film, Romancing the Stone, was a big hit, and all of a sudden, Universal Studios was on board with a wacky tale of love and science fiction. And lucky for us, Back to the Future didn't start shooting until Steven Spielberg came on board with several friendly notes for Zemeckis' script. In part because Spielberg, great storyteller that he is, only wanted the best for his fellow director's film. And also in part because he couldn't wait to steal that sweet nuking the fridge scene for his final Indiana Jones movie. Making us all wish time machines were real, so we could go back and prevent Spielberg from ever making that ridiculously dumb movie. Hey guys, hope you liked that video. You know, for years people have been photoshopping and lying about the Back to the Future date, but guess what? We finally did it. We're here, we're in the future. We even have hoverboards, so that's great. For more videos like this, which may or may not predict the future, subscribe to this channel. Also be sure to like and comment on this video, and if you want to check out more of me, you can check out my channel, Practical Folks. That's about it. Be good people.